Hello Year 1 and happy Friday. We have made it to the end of the week, which means this is your last literacy lesson before the weekend. So let's get started. We're going to share the screen and we're going to find out exactly what our final job is today, and then we'll make sure you've got everything you need before we get started. So today is Friday, the 22nd of January 2021, and we are going to see today how do brilliant writers edit and improve sentences. So you did your brilliant writing yesterday and you wrote your own sentences. Today, the sentences have already been written for us. We've just got to see if we can improve them. So we're going to start off by warming up our brains and we are going to do some red words. We're not just going to read them, we're going to see if we can spell some of them today too. Then we're going to read and improve a sentence together. So I've got a sentence that we have already written and you're going to have a go to see if you can help me improve it. And then you're going to go and have a go all by yourself. So independently, you're going to see if you can edit and improve some more sentences. And then we'll come back together and we'll check our improvements. So let's make sure we've got everything you need today. You are going to need your pencil, your notebook or a piece of paper, and you're going to need those brains, and we're going to warm them up in just a moment. As always, if we can sit at a table and we are working from a table sitting on a chair as brilliant writers, that is super, super good as well. So if you need to go and get yourself ready, pause the video here and come back when you've got all the things you need. Okay, Year 1, let's get started then, because we have been working so hard on all of these tricky words for the whole week. And today we're going to see if we can read them beautifully, and then we're going to see if we can have a cheeky spell. So if I bring myself back onto the screen, you might actually want to go and find your whiteboards and your pens, because we might do a little bit of writing together to try and spell them. So before we do our improvements, as a bit of a warm up, maybe go and grab your pen and your whiteboard to help me spell in our warm up game. Okay, are we ready? We've got everything we need. So all of the words that we had a look at throughout the week are here in my hand, and we're going to have a go at reading them first. So we'll do my turn, your turn, just to make sure we are awake. Then I'm going to switch my voice and it'll be your turn. And then we'll do a cheeky spelling game. So let's have a little look. Are you ready? My turn, your turn for all the words we've learnt this week. My turn. 1, as in the number 1. Some. Good job. My. Oh, it's that cheeky Y that is annoying us when we spell the word my. His. Good job. Has. Only 1 letter changes between his and has. Your. You can see the word you and then our at the end. By. Brilliant job. Were. Come. And we're back to the beginning. 1. Fantastic. Okay, this time Miss Close's voice is going to be switched and it's going to be your turn. Are you ready all by yourselves? Take a breath. Very well done, Year 1. Brilliant job. So if you manage to find your whiteboard pen and your whiteboard, let's have a go at picking one of these words and seeing if we can be super spellers for our last lesson. So I'm going to pick a word first. We're going to show you and then we'll hide it and we'll see if we can write it together. Okay, so let's have a little look. Let's go for... this one. We learnt this one yesterday. So no cheating. Keep your pen where I can see it with its lid on. You are not to write it just yet. So we're going to look at it first and we're going to cover it up. So keep your pens there. Okay, we're going to have a go at spelling the word your. So remember, we can see the word you and then we've got to add our at the end. Your. Okay, are you ready? It's gone. So lids off pens. Let's see if we can write it down. Your. Think about your handwriting if you're using your whiteboards with those yellow lines. Which letter is going to go below the yellow line? Your. Okay, are you ready to show me? We're going to do a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Show me. Well done. If you have done your y, o, a, your o, your y, o, u, r, you have spelt it brilliantly. And just have a check about your handwriting. Have you done your y, so it's lower than all your other letters? And have you remembered to go down your robot and over his arm? You are amazing. Well done. So see if you can find your rubbers. We're going to rub it out and we're going to do one more before we have a little look at some sentences. So let me pick another one now. Oh, we're going to go for this one. All our letters are the same size for this one, so this should be really easy with our handwriting. Okay. Oh, make sure your lids are on your pens, no cheating. I don't want you to write it down where you can see it. Okay, are you ready? Some. Now remember, year one, if we sounded that out, we wouldn't have the right letters. So have a little look. We've got 4 letters to remember. Are you ready? Some. Write it down. Some. Now all of these letters will be inside your yellow lines. None should be smaller, none should be bigger. Some. Are you ready? We'll go for another countdown. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Show me. Okay, let's have a little look. We have got my S, O, M, E, my S, O, M, E. Well done if you had all of those 4 letters to make that word. And just have a little look. All of my letters sat inside my yellow line. They weren't big, they weren't small, they sat in between. So give yourselves a tick if you're happy with your spelling and with your handwriting. Well done, year one. I think we have really shown Trixie how amazing we are with all of those red words. So you should be feeling very proud of yourself that you've learned so many of the tricky words this week. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you back onto our screen to show you where our jobs are today and what we are up to next. Because we have been reading The Way Back Home this week, haven't we? And we have met a new little character. We know the boy because we've read some Oliver Jeffers stories before, but we haven't met the Martian before. And the Martian, have a little look at him in the corner of our screens over here. He has been trying super hard to write his very own sentences for us. But, year one, I think we need to help him a little bit. He's asking the question, how did I do? And he has written the first sentence for us to have a little look at. Now, as always, when we write our sentences, we want to focus on some things, a little bit of a checklist. So when you look at this sentence with me, we're going to check his capital letters, his full stops and his spelling. So shall we have a little look together? So he's gone for the, is big. Uh-oh, year one. Let's look at his spelling to begin with. Can you see the word moon? Now, he has used special friends oo, as in chew the stew. He wasn't supposed to use those ones. Maybe he got a bit muddled when using his sound card. He should have used a special friend oo, as in poo at the zoo. Now it is tricky, isn't it? We've got 2 sounds that are the same when we sound them out, but they're spelt differently. So he picked the wrong one. We need to see if we can edit that spelling. Year one, did he start his sentence with a capital letter? Uh-oh, did he end it with a full stop? Oh no. So let's see. I'm going to have a go on my whiteboard. If you want to join in, you can. If not, you can watch how I'm going to do it. I'm going to have a look at that sentence, and when I write the sentence down to improve it, I am making all the changes. So I'm not copying that sentence down because we need to improve bits of it. So I'm going to make sure that I make the right improvements. So I'm still going to use the word the, but I am going to write the word the with a capital letter, because I know that when we start a sentence, it should start with a capital letter. So that's my first edit for him. Now I'm still going to keep the word moon, but I'm going to spell it correctly with my right special friend sound. So I'm going to go for oo, as in poo at the zoo. So there we go. I've improved it again. The moon is absolutely fine. So I'm going to copy that one down. And big is absolutely fine. So I'm going to copy that word down. But after the word big, my sentence is finished. So I'm going to add a full stop to the end. And then he knows that his sentence is finished. So when I've improved a sentence that I've read, I have copied the words down that are okay, but I've made the changes for what I need to edit. So I've edited the capital letter, the spelling mistake, and the full stop. So if we have a little look as if we were in the classroom with our purple pen of power, let's look at the next sentence and see what we would have changed with our purple pen. So he had a really good go this time. He had a go at writing the boy jumped. He even tried to use one of our suffix words, didn't he? But let's have a little look at our checklist then. Capital letters. Well done. He used a capital letter at the start. But do we need a capital letter for boy? No, we don't need a capital letter for boy. So he needs to edit that capital letter. Now have a little look at the spelling of the word jumped. What's he forgotten? Our suffix, we have to add a ed. So he's forgotten his ed, hasn't he? But he has remembered his full stop. So let's just have a little look at how I've improved it. Using my purple pen of power as if we were in school for this one, I have changed my capital B to a lowercase, and I've added my e for my ending of my suffix word, ed. So I've improved the sentence by writing it out again, but making the right changes. Okay, let's have a look at one more together before we set you off on your task, because this one says, the Martian fixed the ship in oh dear, I think he spelled space wrong, hasn't he? Now let's celebrate what he's done right so far. He has started with a capital letter and he has got his full stop this time. He's even remembered that Martian is the name of our alien, our character. So he has put a capital letter in for the name of Martian. So well done to him for that. He's even remembered his ed this time for fixed. But can you see what we might need to improve? Or he's tried to sound out our topic words, but let's have a little look at it. Space. It's our A sound, isn't it? And it's our curly k instead of the s. So let's have a look how I would have improved it. I wrote the whole sentence out again, but this time I've improved the bit that I've edited. So I've made sure I've used the right spelling for the word space. And that is exactly what you're going to have a go at doing today, Year 1. So as always, you can pick the challenge that you would like to complete. So everybody is going to be a brilliant writer and edit and improve sentences. But if you want to start off with the green challenge, you're only going to be editing his capital letters and his full stops. In the yellow challenge, you are going to have a go at editing his capital letters, his full stops, and his finger spaces. Oh, not his finger spaces, his spelling. But if you're going to go for the biggest challenge of all for your Friday lesson, you are going to have a look for his capital letters, his full stops, and his suffix spelling, so his verbs with ed on the end. So just like I did, you're going to rewrite the whole sentence and you're going to be looking out to see if you can edit those things in our success bubbles. So if you're going to take on the green challenge for me today, you are going to stop the video here. You are going to have a look at editing his capital letters and his full stops. And remember, capital letters do come at the start, but sometimes, look, he's added capital letters in the middle of his sentences when they shouldn't be there. So if you're going to edit this challenge, pause the video now. Okay, now if you're moving on to the yellow challenge and you are going to edit his spelling, capital letters and full stops, then you're going to rewrite these sentences. And what I've done is I've added our spelling bank from yesterday's lesson here so you can really check the Martian spellings for me. So if you're going to have a go at the yellow challenge, pause the video here. And if you're going to have a go at reading and improving the red challenge sentences, that means you're looking for the spelling mistakes with the suffixes. Has he spelt them completely wrong, or has he completely missed writing the suffix on the end, ed? So you've got to really read these ones carefully and check to see what letters he might have missed out and what spelling mistakes you need to improve on. So you're going to look for capital letters, full stops, and those ed suffix words. So enjoy this challenge and I will see you once you're finished. Pause the video here. Well done, everybody. Now you've restarted the video, which means that you must have improved all of the sentences for your colour challenge for the Martian. So he spent lots of his time writing sentences for us, but today you improved them. So you would have rewritten them and you would have corrected all of his mistakes. So before we go, I'm going to show you each mistake that was written in all of the colour challenges to make sure that you found all of the mistakes to improve. So let's go back to our slides and we're going to have a look at the green challenge first. So we're going to go back and have a look at improving the capital letters and the full stops for the green challenge. So you can see that I have made the improvements with my purple pen of power. So for the first sentence, give yourself a tick if you corrected the capital letter at the start, and give yourselves a tick if you corrected the full stop at the end. Now on this second sentence, Martian did a good job because he started with a capital letter, but he put one in the middle of his sentence. So you should have changed the letter and you should have made it into a little letter, a lowercase letter, and give yourselves a tick if you added on the full stop. Okay, now let's have a look at Martian because that needed to start with a capital letter. So you should have changed your Maisie Mountain to a big, tall capital letter. Did you spot the capital letter in the middle of the sentence to edit? And did you add the full stop at the end? Brilliant. So well done if you completed that green challenge and you found all the same mistakes that I did. Let's have a look at marking the yellow challenge work. So just like the other challenge, you needed to start with a capital letter for our first word. So the should have been changed to a capital letter. And you had to correct space because space was spelt wrong. So we should have remembered it was our A sound with our curly k. And did you remember the full stop at the end as well? Give yourself some ticks if you have marked that work correctly. Now, our second sentence, we needed a capital letter for Martian. We needed to use the right special friend sound, oo, for moon, and we needed our full stop. So give yourselves ticks if you found those mistakes as well. Okay, and our last sentence for our yellow challenge was the spelling O. So the wrong O was used for home. So you should have corrected the word home using our special friend O, phone home. And did you remember to do a little p, not a capital P? Oh, let's sneak back. And of course, we had to have our full stop at the end as well. So well done if you found all of those mistakes and you completed the yellow challenge. And let's just finish by marking the red challenge, because our poor Martian, he tried really, really hard to add some of the verbs in, but he forgot sometimes to add the ed on the end. So let's see if you spotted them. Our first sentence should have started with a capital letter. We should have had shalled ed, so we needed to add our ed at the end. And we need to remember space with our split A sound and our curly k. And did you have your full stop at the end? Give yourself a tick if you did. Now our second sentence, the plane spluttered. So we need to have our ed written next to the verb splutter. And did you spot that he used the wrong special friends for moon? So we should have changed those special friends to oo, poo at the zoo, with our full stop at the end. So give yourselves a tick if you found all of those mistakes. And our last sentence, Martian fixed ed, fixed. So we need to have the ed on the end of that verb. Martian fixed the plane. And the boy, did you spot the capital letter that had to be removed? Filled, ed, filled. So we needed to add our suffix on at the end. The space, ship. And you had to change that capital letter into a lowercase letter with your full stop at the end. Well done, everybody. You have improved the Martian sentences for him. And we've come to the end of our literacy for this week. You should be feeling super, super proud of yourself because you have done some amazing work. Now, before we go, I'm just going to share my screen one last time, and I'm going to show you what you're going to get up to next week, because you are going to see some different teachers for your literacy lessons. So let's have a little look. Next week, Mrs. Elliott or Miss Hector will be teaching you literacy. You are going to continue to look at the story On the Way Home by Oliver Jeffers. But next week, you're going to see if you can describe some characters. So you're going to have a look at the boy, a look at the Martian, and you are going to be using adjectives to describe. And then you're going to have a go at using the word and to make your sentences even longer. So you're going to see if you can extend, that means make your sentences bigger using the word and. So they are some of the things that you are going to be up to next week when Mrs. Elliott and Miss Hector teach you. So thank you for being brilliant this week, and I will see you very soon for some more home learning. Take care, everybody, and have a lovely, lovely weekend.